Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some really fun spice battles in the Great League Remix Cup. We'll be showcasing an 11-game win streak I had with Shadow TYRANITAR. Shadow TYRANITAR is extremely glassy in the Great League, but with Legacy Fast Move Smackdown, it can output a ton of damage. This is definitely not a Pokemon I recommend you use for ranking up, but it was an absolute blast to use. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at the 11-game win streak with Shadow TYRANITAR. Hopping into the first match and picking up the dream lead in Drifblim. Little bit of lag and the opponent save switches into Cresselia. Now here I do want to stay in for at least a little bit because the smackdowns will add up, and even though we have to shield the Grass Knot, I'll be able to get the shield back with Crunch. Crunch comes through, we get the shield and the debuff, and now I switch into Roserade trying to catch the Grass Knot. Unfortunately, my opponent holds onto their energy and they're able to land a Moonblast. Fortunately, Roserade charges very quickly with Legacy Bullet Seed, so we are able to reach the Leaf Storm here, and Leaf Storm will take out the Cresselia. Back in comes the Drifblim, and since I've thrown a Leaf Storm, my attack is debuffed. But rather than the damage, what's important here is actually to waste my switch clock. Since I stayed in for a while, our switch clocks are very misaligned, but Roserade getting off this second Weather Ball means that my switch clock is up, so I'll be able to switch whenever I want to. Back in comes the Shadow TYRANITAR, and here is where the damage happens. We're able to get another smackdown through as they throw. We are going to be shielding this one up. This Icy Wind would probably be taking us out, and we're able to farm down. What is in the back? It is Unova Stunfisk, and the opponent doesn't know it yet, but this game is over as Unova Stunfisk gets absolutely walled by grass types, and we have Gourgeist in the back. Now you may be wondering why I'm running Gourgeist instead of Trevenant. They do have very similar coverage, with Gourgeist of course having the inferior fast move Hex to Trevenant's Shadow Ball. Well, one big advantage to Gourgeist it is significantly bulkier, and on a team where I'm running glass cannons like Shadow TYRANITAR and Roserade, having a Pokemon that can take a few hits is very, very useful. The opponent is actually playing this out, but unfortunately, I'm a grass type, and Unova Fisk just does not have the coverage moves needed to be able to take it out. We're able to reach another Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb takes them out, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, we have Shadow TYRANITAR into Greedent. Now this is an okay lead. It's definitely good to see the Greedent here, so that way it avoids our Gourgeist. Body Slam comes through, and even resisted, Body Slam does a big chunk of damage, and the opponent does a very nice catch onto the Wigglytuff. Unfortunately, there is a bit of lag here, and now we're able to bring in Roserade. And Roserade, we will be able to threaten the Leaf Storm and hopefully get the shield. So we will be going for the Weather Ball. We do get the shield there. We're farming up again, and we're going to be going for another Weather Ball here. And unfortunately, here's actually where my recording cut out. So basically what happens is I'm able to Bullet Seed down, and we leave with a Leaf Storm on very low HP, and in comes a Hypno. We're going for the Leaf Storm, and Leaf Storm does land on the Hypno. Hypno is able to farm down, and now I do have to bring in the Gourgeist, just because I need to save the TYRANITAR for the Greedent. Greedent does come in. We are going to be going for the Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb will be doing some nice chip damage. We get the final shield, and now it's all up to TYRANITAR. Shields are down, and TYRANITAR is incredibly deadly with a shield advantage, and especially if the opponent has no shields. We are going to shield up the Body Slam. We are going to be able to farm all the way down. Back in comes the Hypno. We have the Crunch. Crunch will be taking out the Hypno, and that is a good game. So apologies about the missing footage there in game 2. I believe the rest of the game should not have that issue. Hopping into the next match, terrible lead with Empoleon. We have to save switch into Roserade right away, and we bait out a Pidgeot. Now this is pretty terrible to see. We're not going to be able to flip switch here, but baiting out the Pidgeot is nice, because we will be able to briefly align it with TYRANITAR, and TYRANITAR absolutely crushes Pidgeot. Back in comes the Pidgeot, and I can tank whatever they throw, and they throw the Feather Dance, and that is a big mistake. The reason being, my attack is lowered, that allows me to get more farm. So when they bring in, oh, they actually bring in a second water type in Alomomola. I was expecting them to bring back in Empoleon, but regardless, that allows me to throw a move, so that way I can burn my switch timer. So the nice thing here is they're running an ABA style team, so they are double weak to grass. We baited out their only response to a grass type, and now it's all up to the tanky Gourgeist. I will need to commit shields in this Empoleon matchup because Drill Peck will be doing super effective damage, and my guess is Alomomola is probably running Psychic and Hydro Pump. I go for the bait. Unfortunately, they don't shield, but Gourgeist is able to farm down. That's huge. And now back in comes Alomomola, but we have a lot of energy. We're able to land a Seed Bomb, and now we just desperately need to get to 2 more. We're able to get there, going for the first. First one will be getting the shield, and we're able to get to the second. So we're able to bait out their best response to a grass type. Gourgeist able to clutch up 1v2 in the end game and get the win. Hopping into the next match, we have TYRANITAR into Zweilous. Now, this is not necessarily a fabulous lead for us by any means, but this is definitely the best matchup we have on the team, so we will tank the body slam there, and we're farming up, and now we're going for the Stone Edge, and Stone Edge will be taking them out if they decide not to shield. Stone Edge lands, that does big damage, and now I'm going to save switch, bring in Roserade into the Alomomola, and they have Noctowl in the back. And this is looking rough as my TYRANITAR is so low. And if TYRANITAR goes down, then nothing is stopping this Noctowl from fully sweeping my backline. Fortunately, it looks like they're going for a very aggressive farm down, and I'm able to reach a 3rd Weather Ball, and I'm really hoping that they decide not to shield. And they decide not to shield. That's so good. They're in range where 1 Smackdown will kill them, and we get it through. So all we have to do is shield. The Smackdown goes through, and they go down. And now they bring back in Alomomola, and we will bring in our Gourgeist. They throw, this is just a Psychic, so this tells me that they're not running Blizzard. We can tank a Psychic, and from here we just need to get to 4 Seed Bombs, 2 to get the shields, and then 2 to do the requisite damage to actually secure the KO. And here, the Alomomola is forced to try and waterfall down a bulky grass type, which is a very tall task. They actually do get fairly close, but Gourgeist is going to be able to reach the 4th Seed Bomb right here. So Gourgeist again doing the cleanup work in the end game and securing the win. All right, hopping into the next match, we have Shadow TYRANITAR into Empoleon, another terrible lead. A little bit of lag, we're going to save switch into the Roserade. The opponent is farming up, and now they bring in Trevenant. Now, Trevenant is not a fabulous response to Roserade when Roserade has an energy lead, as I'm able to do big damage with Weather Ball. Weather Ball coming through, they do shield up the Trevenant. And here, you know what? I'm actually okay with taking my shield advantage, but they bait me. Oh my goodness, and then Roserade is able to reach another Weather Ball. So they have to give me the 2nd shield to maintain switch advantage. And now TYRANITAR with shields down can hopefully do a lot of work. Here, this is a tough call, but you know what? I'm actually going to let this go because I had forgotten, but it's Empoleon in the lead. So we need to trust in Gourgeist. Empoleon going for the Drill Peck. And we just have to hope that Gourgeist will be able to close in the end game. It's Frostlass in the back, and Gourgeist will be able to close. We get to the Shadow Ball. Bye-bye, Frostlass. Empoleon comes back in. The opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. Hopping to the next match, Shadow TYRANITAR into Pidgeot. It's the Dream lead, and they're staying in. The opponent may think they can get to a move, but they cannot. Shadow TYRANITAR smacking all the way down, and we leave with a Crunch. Crunch does get a shield on Unova Stunfisk. We're going to save switch into Roserade, and we bait out Greedent. They're down shield, so I am not going to bait. We're going straight for the Leaf Storm, and Leaf Storm does huge damage. Now we're going for the Weather Ball. They're over farming, so I am going to punish them. If they want to get this energy off, they will have to commit that final shield. And now, with a 2-0 shield advantage, this game is already won. Roserade is not done, able to get to another Weather Ball. Weather Ball will be taking them out. They bring back in Stunfisk, and we catch onto the Gourgeist. We are going for the 3-ball, 2-shield flex in this one, as we're able to preserve all of our Pokemon alive and use none of our shields. At this point, this game's over. Whether they throw a Discharge or a Mud Bomb, that's just not going to be doing enough resisted damage to the bulky Gourgeist. We're able to get off a Seed Bomb, and at this point, the opponent does resign the match, so good games there. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Shadow Tyranitar into a Alolan Muck. Now, we do wall this thing, which is very, very nice. So we can safely no-shield the first move. They go for the Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse still does hurt quite a bit, and I'm going to be going for the Crunch here. Crunch is resisted, but we force the shield on the CMP tie. Defense drops. I'm going to be able to shield this up, farm down, and leave with some energy. And now we'll have to see what they have in the back. They have Ferrothorn in the back, so I am going to be going for the Crunch. Crunch will be doing a nice amount of damage, and then I realized I probably should have saved the energy in case they had a Flyer in the back, but no, they have Sand Slash. Weather Ball does huge damage, and at this point, the opponent does concede the match. Alright, hopping into the next match, Shadow Tyranitar into another Pidgeot. Huge lead win, and they bring in Drapion. And so long as they don't have Aqua Tail, again, I wall this thing. Unfortunately, they do have Aqua Tail, and that does big damage. I am able to reach a Crunch. Crunch will be doing some big resisted damage, so we're able to force the shield, and now we bring in Roserade. We should be able to survive any one move from this health. They actually go for an Aqua Tail there, interestingly enough. And you know what? I think I can survive a Crunch. I'm expecting them to be running Crunch. They Aqua Tail me again. Not quite sure what's going on there, but we're going for another Weather Ball. Weather Ball comes through, that does take them out, and they bring back in the Pidgeot. Here I go for the Weather Ball. I definitely should have gone Leaf Storm. Even resisted Leaf Storm would do more total damage since I was only getting to one move. I am going to fully wait my clock before I bring back in the Shadow Tyranitar, and now it's time for Tyranitar doing big damage. They bring out their last Pokemon, and it's Hypno, and this is perfect. Gourgeist is living its best life. We go for the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, they do shield up. I was expecting with maybe having one shield for them to call it, but they do shield up, and they bait me with a Thunder Punch, which is a little unfortunate here. I have a tough call to make, and we successfully call the Thunder Punch there. That is very nice. I am going to overfarm a little bit, and we're going to be going for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball will take out. They bring back in Pidgeot, and now I'm going for the Seed Bomb. Now, Seed Bomb won't be taking it out, but we'll get it low. Little bit of lag. I'm trying to switch into the Tyranitar. We're able to successfully switch back into the Tyranitar. That takes out the Pidgeot, and that is a good game. Hopping in the next match, terrible lead into Toxicroak. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely atrocious. We are going to be going for the Weather Ball bait versus the Dugong. We're able to get a shield. The Dugong is farming up, and now we're going for the Leaf Storm. This will KO unless they shield again. They decide to call the bait. They get one shot, and now we have switch advantage. So we can safely align the Gourgeist onto the Toxicroak. So now from here, we should be in a pretty comfortable spot, hopefully, as I'm hoping that Toxicroak is going to be their only counter to Shadow Tyranitar. We're going for the Shadow Ball. Little bit of lag. The Shadow Ball lands, and they have Lickitung in the back. And Shadow Tyranitar definitely appreciates seeing a Lickitung when it has a shield advantage. They go straight Body Slam. I don't have to shield that. They definitely should have built up to the Power Whip and baited, so then they would have been able to force a shield. But either way, I'm going to be able to get the Crunch. It's shielded, but we get the defense drop. And at this point, Shadow Tyranitar is inevitable. We are able to reach the Crunch. Crunch will be taking out the Lickitung from here, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next match. We have Shadow Tyranitar into Magcargo, a huge lead win, and these Smackdowns are absolutely tearing through the Magcargo. I will shield up because we do not resist rock type charge moves, and they go for a Stone Edge, and then they resign the match. My guess is they were running Magcargo double flyer, so they were triple weak to Tyranitar. Hopping into the next match, we have Shadow Tyranitar into Dugong, and we are doing big damage with the smackdowns, and now they switch in Hypno. So this opponent is incredibly weak to Shadow Tyranitar. We're able to get off the crunch, which is very, very nice. And here, this is tough. I am going to shield up the Thunder Punch, and we should be able to reach a crunch if we want to. And we are going to overfarm a significant amount, and we're going to be going for the crunch on what should be the CMP tie. They do get to the move, and I am going to shield up. Now, the nice thing here is we'll be able to farm down, and we should be one off of a move. So if Dugong comes back in, which it does, they were one off the Icy Wind. We're able to get to the crunch. Crunch takes them out, and they have Lapras in the back. And now we bring in Gourgeist, because typically Laprases in the Great League run Skull Bash, so they are walled by Gourgeist. They're farming up. This is enough for the Skull Bash. Do they go for the Skull Bash? They do. That is double resisted. And at this point, I mean, the game's over. But they were triple weak to Shadow Tyranitar. And that extends the win streak to 11 games. But like all good things, the win streak must come to an end, so let's take a look at the game where we lost it. Terrible lead, Tyranitar into Machamp, we save switch Roserade, and there's a bunch of lag on the swap. I am going to farm up a bunch of energy, we go for the Weather Ball, and we get the shield. At this point, I've gotten shield advantage, I'm happy to let this go. It's a crunch, we survive it, and we're able to reach a Leaf Storm. Leaf Storm, even when resisted, packs a heck of a punch, as that does almost 3/4 of Drapion's health. I am going to wait the clock, and now we just need to bring in the Shadow Tyranitar and basically use it as a damage sponge and hope that Gourgeist is going to be able to clutch it out for us in the end game. Unfortunately, they get the defense drop, so this next crunch will be doing more damage, but Tyranitar does hold on. That's one of the benefits of having a rank 5. They bring in the Machamp, and now I bring in Gourgeist, and they throw. And here I second-guessed myself. I shielded, and it was just a cross chop. I was worried. I didn't know if they had gotten any extra energy during that lag at the beginning, so I shielded up, but it turns out they hadn't. And that was just a straight cross chop that I shielded, so a pretty massive misplay on my part as they have Greedent in the back. I'm going to let this go. The first crunch does the most, but they bait me. So I'm thinking maybe there's a chance. We are going to be going for the Seed Bomb here. We're able to get the shield, and now we're able to catch onto the Shadow Tyranitar. Okay, I just have to hope here. I have to hope that we're going to be able to pull this off. Unfortunately, Greedent has a lot of energy, so I'm actually going to let this go. They get the crunch, no debuff, and now they're going to bring in the Machamp to waste my energy. I'm going for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball will take them out. They bring back in the Greedent, and I'm very low, but we are able to reach the Seed Bomb. Unfortunately, Greedent is very bulky. A Seed Bomb will not KO, and I just have to reach the next Seed Bomb. We are going to shield this up, but I am so low. It's looking like I'm probably going to get bullet seeded down, and they're able to reach a move. So unfortunately, just a very tough team comp, and that's how the 11-game win streak with Shadow Tyranitar ended. All in all, I had a blast running Shadow Tyranitar in the Great League Remix Cup. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's not a Pokemon that I would recommend using if you're looking to really push and grind rank. But if you're looking to have fun, and if you're looking to have some quick battles, Shadow Tyranitar hits hard and dies fast. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.